Poco F1, also known as Flagship Killer. But is this phone still worth your time, money, interest in 2020? Let's find it out. But before I answer that question, firstly, what is a flagship? A phone with very high-end specs? Yes, true, but there are many phones, mid-range phones specifically, which have very high-end specs but are still not considered a flagship. Why? Because there are subtle differences between a mid-range and a flagship. They are display pixel per inch, peak brightness level, software optimization, certification, software updates, higher RAM variants, glass sandwich design, which is very premium feeling in the hand, and of course, stereo speakers and headphone jack. No headphone jack is found in mid-ranges. So that's that. Now, Poco F1 does not have all that features, but is still considered a flagship. Why? Let's find it out. Now, this phone has a 6.2-inch IPS LCD display, so it's an LCD, but it's a very high quality LCD. The blacks are very deep in this phone, but not as deep as an AMOLED, as we know, because AMOLED and LCD there is always a difference. But it's a very good quality LCD, and for the price range, I think it's the best you can get. Now, talking about the notch, this is particularly a big notch, but I don't mind it because this notch gives home to an infrared face detection camera, which I have to say is very hard to find in this range till now. And it also includes speaker grills and front-facing megapixel camera, but that's okay. And it has a very average chin, but hear me out. You think that I'm nitpicking too much, but as you use this phone, you'll get to see these details, but as soon as you use for around 2-3 days, these details will be gone. Plus, it gives you the option to hide the notch, so that's that. Here in this phone, you got stereo speakers, which surprisingly sound really good, but not as good as a real flagship. You can see it for yourself here, which I'll be shortly reviewing, so if you want that review, comment down below. Now, this phone has Android 10 with MIUI 12. Many might not love MIUI, many might hate MIUI, but this phone has got a separate launcher for itself, which is made for it, Poco launcher. And I have to say the Poco launcher is really good and is really close to stock Android experience. We have no ad there, which as claimed by Poco is still good, but it's a personal preference on the software. And it is also rumored to get Android 11, so stick out for that. This phone is powered by Snapdragon's 8 series, Snapdragon 845, which was a 2018 flagship chip. Now, this chip performance is absolutely stunning. There is no lag or any sort of thing in 2020 games too, and has a consistent 50 to 60 frame rates, which is really good. Now, interestingly, this phone was 2018's highest Antutu scorer, so that's that in the box. Now, this phone comes in 2 RAM variants due to its Snapdragon 845, which is 6GB and 8GB. It comes in 3 storage options, which is 664, 6128 and 8128. Now, along with these RAM variants, this phone comes with a 4000 mAh massive battery, which lasts you all day, and 18-watt charger out of the box. So that's a really good thing that they are giving charger at least, but it is 2018 model, so that's that. Apple, you've got my back. Now, talking about the chip's performance, as I said, is absolutely stunning. It also comes with liquid cooling. Yes, a $300 phone with a liquid cooling. Now, the liquid cooling is not any sort of a gimmick. It actually works. While I'm playing games, I can see that the phone is warm but not hot as other devices, which really justifies the liquid cooling really works and is really good. This phone has headphone jack at the top, SIM card tray at the side, speaker grills and USB Type-C at the bottom, stereo speakers, and volume rocker and power button at the side. If you're enjoying the content, a sub to the channel would be very phenomenally flagship. Subscribe to the channel. Now, talking about the phone's camera, this phone has a 12 megapixel plus 5 megapixel dual camera, or dual pixel autofocus as claimed by Poco, but simply a 12 megapixel main Sony IMX363 sensor. Now, this sensor is no joke. It clicks very flagship photos with its 5 megapixel depth sensor. The photos are very good, but sadly, as everybody expected, it was nerfed, or let's say brought down, by Xiaomi's software update, as it didn't want to be a competitor for Xiaomi's own flagship line, which was Mi8. That's a sad thing. It also has a 20 megapixel front camera, which has HDR but nothing special. You can look for the photos and videos yourself. So guys, this is the video performance from Poco F1. The video quality looks really good, and you can hear my voice and determine the microphone quality too. So guys, here's the video from selfie camera. As you can hear my voice too. So now, talking about the phone's worthiness in 2020. How do I put this? But this phone, as you have heard said by many people, this phone is absolutely stunning for its price. And of course, its release price was $300, and now it has really decreased, and you can get it for around $100 too. So $100, that's a really big deal. Now, talking about other things, this phone has a very high quality camera. If you install Gcam, of course, Gcam is really preferable because the camera can shoot at its full potential then. And it has MIUI with Poco Launcher, so if you're good with MIUI, that's not a problem. And Poco Launcher is as good as stock Android, I have to say for that. Now, that's that. It has a very good battery and lasts a full day with ease. It has Snapdragon 845, I think, which is the greatest chip. But it does not have expandable storage, so that's to keep in mind, and is not waterproof and has a LCD display. So by these means, I'm not saying that the phone is not that good. It's really good. The LCD display is absolutely stunning with 402 ppi along with 500 peak brightness. So that's very good. It has stereo speakers, it has very high quality camera, it has good chip, Snapdragon 845 is still capable, and you've got 6GB and 8GB RAM variants. I have read many reviews on this phone, but I have heard many problems such as display touch issues and battery drain from MIUI 11. So my unit was perfectly fine, but you have to keep a look for that if you're buying the phone brand new or second hand or anything. So if you are buying this phone, I have to say, if you're buying this phone, don't look any further, just buy it, you won't regret it. And that's pretty much it for the video. Now, if you like the content, a sub to the channel would be very beneficial, and like, comment, share what you liked, what you didn't like. This is me, Microtech, signing out. Peace out.